Hello and welcome to the YouTube channel Health Q, the place where my mission is to motivate you to look at the brighter side of the health. In today's video, I'm going to talk about stretching exercises. Yes, we are going to understand all the basics behind it, and that's why I've named the title of this video, Everything That You Should Know About Stretching Exercises. So make sure to watch this video till the end. Let's begin. Friends, stretching exercises are very common as well as very integral part of any kind of exercise regime, be it fitness or else rehabilitation. Stretching exercise has got enormous benefits, and that's why they are very popular. Stretching exercise basically helps in improving the flexibility of the body. But do you know what is flexibility and why it is important? Well, flexibility is nothing but an body's ability to move one or more than one joint smoothly without any restrictions. Flexibility not only involves the movement of the joint but also involves the movement of the muscles, fascia, tendons, ligaments, etc. When all this group of things works together harmoniously, at that time we can attain flexibility. But due to many pathological situations as well as due to our lifestyle issues, we face flexibility issues, which means our body lacks flexibility. And that's when we find it difficult to do some routine activities, as well as we also experience certain level of musculoskeletal pain. And stretching exercises basically helps in preventing, maintaining and correcting the flexibility of the body. Now, there are few conditions in which especially we lack flexibility. These conditions are joint-related diseases like osteoarthritis, osteoporosis, spondylitis, etc. Apart from that, due to our sedentary lifestyle also, our muscles gets little stiff, our fascia gets stiff, and we face flexibility issues. Even sometimes if we are having some sort of overuse activity, or else due to occupation, when we try to do one activity over and over again, the opposite group of muscles gets tighter. That's when also flexibility exercises are needed. If we have got some level of injury, for example fracture or any sort of musculoskeletal injury, at that time also we develop flexibility issues. Paralysis, neurological conditions like paralysis, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's disease, reflex sympathetic dystrophy, there are n number of situations and conditions which can impact our flexibility. But overall, flexibility issue only happens when there is either muscle stiffness, if there is muscle tightness, or else contracture which is present in the muscles, or else the soft tissues like tendons as well as ligaments. Hence, flexibility exercises is one of an important solution to solve these problems. So, when all flexibility exercises helps and what are its benefits? Now, whenever you are having any sort of joint or else limb which has got limited mobility, which means one joint is not able to move in the right pattern or else in the right way, at that time it is called as with limited mobility, and stretching exercises helps in maintaining the mobility or else improving the mobility of the joint. If you have got any sort of deformity, at that time also stretching exercises are helpful, as it helps in reducing the level of deformity and also eases and enables doing exercises for a person who is having deformity. If you have got muscle shortness or else weakness following either immobilization or else injury, at that time also following immobilization, injury or overuse, no matter what, stretching exercises will help in maintaining or else elongating your muscles. If you are going through fitness programs, stretching exercises are incorporated in your warm-up regime in order to get maximum output or else maximum work from the muscles that you are going to work out on. And last but not the least, stretching exercises are a very important part of warm-up in sports setup as well. Any kind of athletic activity you are involved into, stretching exercises will help in maintaining flexibility and also preventing the muscle soreness, that mostly happens following a prolonged activity. So these are some benefits and uses of stretching exercises. Now let's understand when stretching exercises should not be done. Stretching exercises are absolutely contraindicated if you have got limited space in the joint, which is mostly due to degenerative changes. At that time, stretching exercises are absolutely not indicated because it's not going to help you out. Again, if you are having an acute fracture or else acute injury, at that time also stretching exercises should not be done, as this movements will further damage the injury or else increase the level of injury. If you are having extreme or severe or acute pain, at that time also stretching exercises are not at all recommended. If your joints are hypermobile, then also stretching exercises should be refrained. And last but not the least, if you are having any kind of vascular issues, if you have got hematoma, at that time also you should refrain from doing stretching in that particular area of the body. There are many intervention ways that are available to manage the stiffness issues. Stretching is one part of it, but do you know there are other ways as well which helps in reducing the flexibility issues? These ways are neuromuscular inhibition technique, joint mobilization as well as manipulation, soft tissue mobilization, also you can say massage, and neural tissue mobilization. So stretching exercise is just one part of a way or else a method to reduce flexibility, or it's just a method to reduce tightness like other methods I mentioned. But stretching is more popular as it is easy to do, easy to understand, and can be done for a prolonged period of time. So what are the types of stretching exercise then? Yes, there are types of stretching exercises, and basically there are three types of stretching exercises. The first is the manual stretching. Manual stretching is where some other person is helping you to do the stretching exercise, where you need to put your effort to perform that movement. That's the manual stretching. The second is self-stretching, where you are doing stretching on yourself. And third is in mechanical stretching, which means you are taking the help of any kind of machine or else device to do the stretching movement. These three methods are usually used interchangeably basis of the current situation or else the current health. And that's why involvement of a therapist or else a professional is very important in determining which kind of stretching should be done. Since apart from the type of stretching exercise, the professional needs to determine the elements of stretching exercises. Now there are few elements which needs to be considered while doing stretching exercise. These elements are: the first one, the body alignment. Time a stretching exercise is performed, it's very important to see that the body is well aligned while doing the movement. The body is well aligned while performing that exercise, which means the joint which is being moved should always move in a right direction or its good anatomical direction. Awkward or its wrong direction of movements increases the damage, and that's why alignment is something which needs to be taken care of every single time. The second consideration is intensity, speed, duration, frequency, and mode of stretching. As I mentioned earlier, there are three modes of stretching exercise. So while determining what kind of stretching exercise is done, not only the mode has to be decided, but also the duration for which the stretching has to be done has to be decided. Or how many times in a day the stretching needs to be done should be decided. To what intensity or as to what level the muscle needs to be stretched has to be determined, and to what speed this movement will happen also needs to be determined. And due to these all factors, it's very important that whenever you are starting any kind of stretching exercise, you should always take help of a professional in determining your stretching exercise. It's not just that you can just start any kind of exercise, especially stretching, because these are little complex movements initially. Once you understand or once you know or else your professional knows about it, then you can do the movement on a regular basis. But determining what exercise to be done, how many times it should be done, and when it should be done should always be a decision which is made by a professional. Professional not only makes sure that all the exercises that you do are safe, but also make sure that all the exercises that you are doing are effective. At the end, what's your goal? Your goal is to gain effective and efficient exercise program, and that's why it's important that you understand the basics behind it. And through this video, my agenda was to just give you that basics. I hope you could understand that. If yes, make sure to like this video, share this video, and do not forget to subscribe to HealthQ channel. I'll see you in another video. Thank you.